Who doesn't love special editions of books? I'm not the type of person to go out of my way to find special editions, but when I find them very cheap, I'm like, yes! Because I love to read books, but I'm not a book collector, so it's not important for me to collect the same books with different editions, with special editions, but yeah, when I find some that I really like, the cover, the sprayed pages, and the price is good, I will buy them. And I thought I would do a reading vlog, reading some of the special editions, because I feel like sometimes we are scared to read them because they're so pretty, and you are scared that you're not gonna love the book or that you're gonna damage the prettiness of it. So yeah, I decided to do a reading vlog, reading special editions. And I'm gonna start it with For She Is Wrath by Emily Varga. It's the Waterstones signed. Again, I don't really care when a book is signed. To me, it doesn't change a lot or at all. But it's a Waterstone signed special edition, so the spread pages are like this. And yeah, the cover, the naked hardcover doesn't have anything special. And here's the signature. And this one is the retelling of the Conte of Monte Cristo. Even if I did study French literature, I never read the Conte of Monte Cristo, so I don't know the story very well. I know I read a retelling of it called Scavenge the Stars by Tarasim, but I never finished the duology. It was like in 2020. But this one is also a retelling of the Conte of Monte Cristo, so the original story is about a man who's been imprisoned, and when he escapes, he wants revenge, and then he finds some treasure and he becomes the Conte of Monte Cristo. And in this one, you follow Dania, who's been imprisoned, wrongly accused of having killed a man, a political man, a very important man. So she's been accused and she's been framed actually by her lover. So now she wants revenge. So I read 50 pages, and at the moment she's still at the prison. She tried to escape, but she got caught, so she got tortured. She's been in prison for like a year, and she really wants to escape, because who doesn't? And so yeah, she wants to escape, and at some point she's in her cell, and she hears a noise, but she realized the noise is coming from beneath her. And this girl is digging her way out of the prison with a tunnel, and she thought that she was outside, but she arrived at in Dania's cell, and now they teamed up to dig together, because the other girl has been here for 3 years and she started digging a year ago, and so if they both dig together, it would be much quicker. The only thing at the moment is I don't know how old they are, so I don't know if it's a YA book or an adult book. I know I could look into Goodreads to know that, but I don't want to rely on an external source to know the age of the characters. I feel like the writer should be able to tell us or give us some clues, so at the moment I don't really know, because she appears young, but she had a lover. So I don't know what age she is. Maybe later we will see, we will learn about it. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment, and I'll talk to you when I'm at 50%. It's now the next day and I have some updates, but they are not good. So as you can see, I've read a little bit more, but I'm not at 50% of the book. I'm at 30% of the book, and I will stay at 30% because I'm DNFing it. So, like I said in the last clip, it's a story about vengeance, and now I'm at 134 pages, and the vengeance could have happened already, but every time Dania and Noor, which is the other prisoner who was digging beneath the prison, every chapter they ask each other, "Are you sure you want to do it? Are you sure you want to do it?" "Yes, I'm sure." and it's always the same dialogue, which there's not a lot of. Like in every pages there's maybe 5 or 6 lines of dialogue, which is not a lot. So it's a lot of inner thoughts, but the inner thoughts are always the same. It's a vengeance. I need to get revenge. I need to have some revenge, and I'm like, okay. And something could have happened for the vengeance. And then yeah, it's like, just you wait until you see my vengeance. Like in her head, when she's like confronting or in front of somebody who she wants to get revenge. In her head, she's like, just you wait until you get this revenge. And I'm like, okay. And guess what? I will be waiting a very, very long time because I'm not continuing the book. And I read some reviews, and some people were saying the same as me, the fact that not a lot happened, and even somebody DNF'd it at 90%. You know the book is bad if you're DNFing it that far. And in the last clip I talked about the fact that I didn't know her age, and I still don't know. I don't know if she's like 18, 19, if she is in her 20s. Absolutely no idea. And the world building is okay. It's like a Pakistani inspired world building, but then again I had to do some research to know which country the words were coming from, or not that she could have said, oh, it's from Pakistan. If it's fantasy world, Pakistan probably doesn't exist. But there was not real defining clues about where this story was taking place. So yeah, I'm DNFing it, taking off my bookmark. But yeah, I'll see you in the next clip when I've decided to read another one of my special editions. For my second read, I've decided to pick up Infinite Fates by Laura Steven. It's the deluxe edition. I got it on Amazon for like 12 euros. So you have the gold foiled pages, and you also have this written on the hardcover. And I picked this book up because it was talked a lot on BookTube, and also it was compared to The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which I also have on my shelves. I have also a deluxe edition. It's like the first anniversary edition, and it's you have like sprayed pages, you have end papers, and it's also signed. I don't know if it's... Ah yeah, you have also this on the hardcover. So yeah, I got this one on my shelves. So it follows kind of the same themes as Addie LaRue, in the fact that it talks a lot about lives, living different lives, but it's different in the fact that in Addie LaRue she's immortal, and in this one Evelyn, which is the POV we follow, and Arden, which is the other main character, are fated to kill each other in every lifetime they live together. And it's every time that Evelyn will turn 18, Arden comes into the picture, or sometimes they've known each other for a few years, but Arden kills Evelyn every time before she turns 18, and then they get reincarnated, and they live their lives until 18, they kill each other. It's always the same cycle, and it's been like that for a few 100 to 1,000 years. So in the first 50 pages, we've seen, I think, 2 or 3 different lives, past lives, and we also have the current timeline, which is in 2022 in Wales. And in this one, Evelyn has been reincarnated in a girl's body, and she's called Bran. We don't know yet who Arden has been reincarnated into. It can be a girl's body, it can be a boy's body. When they talk about their souls, they go by they, them, but when they are reincarnated, they have the pronouns of the bodies they have been born into. So we don't know yet if Arden is going to be a boy or a girl. And the problem is Evelyn Bran, has a sister in this timeline, and this sister is dying of cancer. But Bran is able to give her some stem cells to help her heal. But she's turning 18 in a few weeks, but there have been some like delays to have this kind of operation, and so Bran is quite scared to be killed before she can heal and save her sister. So now she wants to find a Harden to convince them to just delay her death and just be able to save Bran's sister. So yeah, that's where I'm at 50 pages. The thing I'm not scared, but like I'm quite apprehensive of. Not it's quite dramatic to say that, but Bran doesn't remember why they have to kill each other every 18 years, because she doesn't remember all of her past lives because her memory has been a bit reset. She only remembers like some bribes of it, or like some moments, or just a feeling. She remembers the past lives she has lived more recently, but like the life she lived 1,000 years ago, she doesn't remember it. So she doesn't remember why the fate for her and Arden is like that, why they have to kill each other. I hope the reveal of knowing why they have to kill each other won't be at the end, because I don't think it's gonna be a good story, because also apparently Arden knows why they have to kill each other. It's just that Evelyn doesn't know about it. So yeah, I hope it won't be too long until we know about it, about the reason why, because I think it's gonna be quite a boring book otherwise, if we don't know why. That's where I'm at 50 pages, and I'll talk to you when I've read 50% of the book. I've now read 50% of the book, and to be honest, not a lot happened. The only thing that has happened is that we know who Arden has been reincarnated into, and you're like, okay. And we've had some flashbacks to their different lives, and now I'm thinking, what's the point of all of these flashbacks? Because we know how it ends. They both die, and neither Evelyn or Arden are trying to find the cure to this curse, I'm gonna say. Especially Arden knows why and how and the reason behind their fate, but Evelyn doesn't know, but they don't try to find out why. They're just like accepting the fact that, yeah, I'm gonna die at 18. So yeah, I'm just a bit perplexed about why. The biggest question I ask myself is why. And it's kind of a shame, because when you read a book, you shouldn't ask yourself this kind of question, because that means something is missing into the story, because there's no stakes because they die. And so why do we see their past lives? You shouldn't ask yourself this question when you're reading a book. Why was it written? Because to me it feels like something is missing inside the story. And also it's hard to feel anything towards the characters. I feel like Evelyn lacks some maturity, which you would expect of somebody who has lived 100 lives. So yeah, and also in some past lives, there's kind of like a heavy-handed and also quite meta discussion. For example, they talk about being lesbians, and you're like, oh yeah, in the future it will be like this. At that point in time, you didn't know it was going to be like that. Also, in another timeline, in another life, that talks about at some point humans were going to burn so much wood that there's going to be a problem in the whole world, so global warming. And you're like, you're in 1472, something like that. Why do you think this type of thoughts, like, that's going to happen like 500 years later? I don't know. Some discussions and some topics are a bit heavy-handed, yeah, a bit meta. You're like, am I enjoying reading the book? Absolutely not. Why do I continue it? Because it's reading quite quickly, and I would like to know the reason of why they are they have this fate, but yeah. I don't feel good about this book. It's not even a sad book because you don't feel enough to be sad, but it's like, come on, it's like when you're in a nightmare or in a dream and everything is in slow motion and nothing happens, but you feel not good inside the dream. That's the way I feel right reading in this book. But yeah, I'm excited for it to be finished, and I'll talk to you then. I finished the book last night, and you know the sound like, I hope you're hungry for the taste of nothing. This book represents the sound. Like I expected, the reveal of why they have this fate happened at the end. And when we learn what the curse was about and why, the reason why, when we learned the reason why, I was like, okay. I still didn't care, and it was like so, I don't even know what to say. Yeah, I really dislike this book. I even feel like I'm in a reading slump now. I'm still asking myself, why was this book written? What was the point? What was the point of every past lives? Because they didn't add anything to the story. And again, if you compare a book to The Invisible Life of Adèle Rue, as a reader, I'm expecting something very thoughtful, something you can feel a lot, something compassion you can have with the characters, and also you can hope to read about the different lessons the characters can have because of their different lives, the lessons they've learned. Nothing happened in this book. It's like I said in my last clip, I felt like Evelyn lacked some maturity and it didn't change. And even at the end, actually nothing really happened. Like the plot of the book is for her to save her sister, and that's the only thing. Like nothing else happens in this story. And also the story is about the love that lives throughout different lives, love that exists all around us, and you feel nothing of this kind of love. You don't feel any passion, any tension. You don't even feel an inkling of love. It's just telling instead of showing feeling. And it's like, oh, I love him, I love her, I love them, whatever. And you're like, why? It's still the same question. Why do you love them? How do you feel this type of love? And the way that the curse was broken, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm just gonna say the power of love. And I'm like, pretty disappointed by this book, and I feel like now I'm cursed with my reading vlogs because it's my third reading vlog, and the first one I hated the book, the second one I hated 2/3 of the book, and in this one I DNF'd the first one, I didn't like the second one, so now I feel like I'm the cursed one with the reading vlogs, because now I feel like I'm just negative to be negative. But yeah, would I recommend this book? Absolutely not. Now I'm interested. I know a few of the booktubers I'm following have reviewed the book, and now I'm excited to hear what they have to say about it. But yeah, this one was not for me. I'll see you when I feel less slumpy and when I'm ready to read the third and final book of this reading vlog. Before talking about the last book I'm gonna read in this vlog, I thought I would show you my collection of special editions that are on my TBR, because the only one I have on my red shelf is the Invisible Life of Adèle Rue that I showed in the last few clips. Because also yesterday I received a package from Vinted when I ordered 5 books, and 4 of the 5 books were special edition, so I'm gonna show them to you. So the first one I have is The Curse of Saints by Kate Dramis. This one is the Fairy Loot edition. You have the sprayed pages, you have this on the hardcover, and you have illustrated in papers. It's also signed, but again, I don't really care about signed books. Oh, you also have this kind of end papers at the end of the book. So I got this one. I got this one maybe for like 10 euros on Vinted. This one, I don't think it's I know it's not a book box edition, and I think you can get it pretty easily. It's The Wren in the Holy Library by K. Linde. It has this sprayed edges. I don't know. No, there's nothing on the hardcover, and not even end papers. You have nothing but sprayed pages. I also got this one on Vinted, and again, I had a theme of lost books because of Vinted, and I bought it once, it got lost, and I rebought it. But yeah, I'm excited to read this one, and I found it really pretty. The next one I have is the Illuminate exclusive edition. It's Goddess of the River by Vaishnavi Patel. You have this type of sprayed pages. You have these end papers, and this on a hardback. I don't know if you have other. No, it's the same illustration in the end pages. The next one I have, I think you can get it easily because I bought it on Amazon. It was like 12 euros. It's the Rose Bargain by Sasha Peyton Smith. You have this, and I think, yes, it's not foiled, it's just printed on. I don't like the end papers because it's an ugly green and it doesn't go with the violet, but oh well. The next three I have, well, the next four I'm gonna talk about is the package I received yesterday from Vinted, and one of the four is the one I'm gonna read for this video. So the next one I have is The Last Hour Between Worlds by Melissa Caruso. It's the Illuminate edition. Get this. Oh yeah, you have this. I don't know if I like it. It's a bit foiled. I don't know if I like it because of the colors. And you have this on the back of the hardcover. Yeah, I don't know if I like it. You have this illustrated end papers. And ooh, those at the end. But this book is pretty, but I don't know if it's my kind of pretty. But I like the color of the sprayed pages and the cover, so yeah. The next one I have is Blood Cyan by Deborah Falley. It's just like color, just one color of sprayed pages. It's signed. And you have the cover printed on the hardback. And it's a reversible dust jacket. I don't remember which book box it comes from. I will write it on the screen. No, it's written here. It's a Fairy Loot. It's a Fairy Loot exclusive book. And the next one I have, I was quite surprised by the chunkiness of this book. It's The Stone Knife by Anna Stephens. It's the Goldsboro edition, and it's just color block, just one color. I don't know if you have. No, the hardcover doesn't have anything special. It's signed, but that's it. But yeah, I was quite surprised by the length of the book. And so now to the last one I'm gonna talk about, which is the last book I'm reading for this vlog. It's The Coven by Harper L. Woods. You have this sprayed pages. You don't have anything on the hardcover, and you have these end pages. And in this one, it's about witches. You follow Willow, who's a witch, a green witch, which means that she has powers with the earth. And her mother just died, and she has a little brother. And until her mother's death, she was like concealed to the Coven. They didn't know that she existed as a witch. But now that her mother is dead, they know that she exists, and they want to take her to the school for witches, which just reopened, but she doesn't want to because she wants to protect her brother, who doesn't even know that witches exist, because they just wanted to, with her mother, they just wanted it to shelter him from all of this, because as a boy and a man in the witch world, you have to decide between having a family or having your powers. You can't have both. So where I'm at the 50 pages mark, we just met Willow, and we also met Grey, which is the headmaster of the Academy of Witches, who's also a vessel, which means that he's kind of a vampire, but particularly for witches. He much prefer witch's blood than human blood, but he's called a vessel. And now she's on her way to the Academy. I don't know much yet of what happens, but she's not very happy to be sent to the Academy because they had to run away with her brother, and the vessel caught up to her and her brother. She could save her brother, he just went with another family member. But yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. I don't know if I really like the romance, because we know it's gonna be with the headmaster, and the headmaster is like 300 years old and she's 20, and he talks to her. I don't know if I really like it. I don't know if I really like the sex scenes. You know, when you read a book and you know instantly that you're not gonna like the dynamic or the way that the sex scenes are gonna be written. I think it's gonna be the case in this one, but I'm still gonna read it, and it's a pretty short book. Again, I was quite surprised in another way now. I thought it's gonna be maybe a bigger book or a taller book, but it's quite a small book when you compare it to others. But yeah, I will talk to you when I'm at 50% in this book. I lied. I'm not checking in with you after reading 50%. I'm checking in with you now after having finished the book. I just didn't want to film an update and talk about this book many times. This one, I'm saying this book, but yeah, this one, because I didn't like it. So in this vlog, I haven't found a new favorite book. I found books I hate, so that's a good thing, right? No. I'm still gonna update and talk about how I felt about this book in more details. In the last clip, I talked about the fact that Grey was like a vampire, also called a vessel, which is not entirely true. He's actually a demon who has a physical body in our world, and to continue living, he needs to feed on blood, and the best blood for him is witch blood, because he gets the power from the blood. So yeah, that's that. So when I was at 50 pages, they just arrived at the school, and even now I'm like, what was the point of having like a school setting? Because we never see them going to class or having like homework or exams. It's just like, oh yeah, we had this class, but we don't know what the courses was about. We don't know absolutely anything. And also, I was very confused because at the beginning they said that they want to reopen the school for the different witches family. So there's like 12 families, and so they want a kid in each family, so there are 12. But then I already forgot her name. She's called I don't remember. Willow. But then Willow is actually the 13th schoolmate. But then they talk about the fact that they are older students from like years above, and I'm like, if you just reopen the school, how can it be older students? And at some point she also said that the classroom can have like 70 people, and 70 people was the number of students. I was very confused about these aspects. So that's the school aspect. The relationship aspect. Let's talk about friendship. For example, Willow has like roommates. I think she has 3 or 4. We see them just once, and that's it. They are never talked about. We don't see any relationship with them. We don't really remember the name either. We only see one, and apparently they're friends. I'm like, oh, that's news to me. We don't see any developing friendship or just conversation between the two of them, but apparently they are friends. And then the guy friendship, apparently most of the guy wants to sleep with her or wants to be with her. I'm like, okay. So let's talk also a bit about Willow. Willow is not like other girls. She is very snarky. She always had a quick remark to say to anybody. She's very insolent. She doesn't respect anybody. And yeah, to me, she reads like I'm not like other girls. And every time she was saying like a quick remark, I was imagining her being like, every time after she said anything, like, and so yeah, she was not a good character to me. And the relationship she had with Grey, to me, it was like, imagine you're in school and you see a couple who thinks they are so sexy together, and they talk about sex all the time, and they kiss in front of everybody. I forgot to mention, Grey is like a teacher, and she's a student, but oh well. She's 20, is more than 300 years old, so okay. And like they think they're like the shit, you know. And you, from an external perspective, you're like, they're so cringy, creepy, because they even talked about sex during class in front of everybody, and you're like, what? So yeah, it made me uncomfortable, but the main reason I was uncomfortable was Grey, because if you want a walking red flag as your main character, you get it in this one. Easy. So for example, since he has like vampire-like abilities, he can compel people, and at some point he compels Willow to not be able to feel any pleasure, sexual pleasure, if she touches herself, or if anybody else touches her apart from him. So she can only get pleasures from him. And apparently we need to find that sexy. That's not the case. That's sexual manipulation. That's sexual abuse. And it's not like in a contemporary setting where it's like dom sub, because if the person being submissive wants to feel pleasure, they can. But like now, since it's like compel and it's magic, she is like magically unable to feel pleasure, you know? Yeah. So yeah, that's not sexy at all. And every time he just talked about his cock, and I'm like, ugh. Even this word, sometimes I don't mind reading about it, but cock and pussy all the time, it's not sexy. It's just, at some point it becomes vulgar, you know? And I know in the trigger warnings, the author writes about dubious consent. But I think there's two sex scenes, and the first one being that Willow is a virgin. So when Grey is in her for the first time, it hurts, and he doesn't care about that. Dubious consent. There's, even if dubious is at the beginning, there's still consent in the expression, you know. But consent is not given, because at some point she even pushes him away to, how can I say it, for him to stop being in her, but he continues to pound inside her, and I'm like, that's not dubious consent, that's not consent. Maybe that's my interpretation of the meaning of dubious consent, but yeah, it's not consent, it's not sexy. It made me really uncomfortable. He didn't care about her. It was very toxic. And also, Willow just lost her mother like 2 weeks ago. Never see something about grief. She at the same day her brother was taken away. Don't really care. She just mentioned him maybe once or twice. So yeah. I really don't recommend this book. It's not gonna be in my... I don't think. It's not gonna be in my worst book of the year, because I didn't hate it compared to this one. But yeah, it's a bad book. You don't need to read it. You're not gonna miss anything if you don't read it. Oh yeah, I also forgot to say that actually the school was kind of like a ploy for, it's like a breeding ground for the between witches. Actually, they said that, yeah, they used the word breeding. So again, made me really uncomfortable. So yeah, they said that the school was for witches to strengthen their bloodlines, and so they can breed, and so it's very weird. And at some point, there's another like, not headmaster, but like somebody from the Coven who says to Willow, "Oh, I can make you sleep forever, and guys could use your body, so we can strengthen the bloodline, but you don't need to be awakened for that." Excuse me, absolutely not. I'm interjecting this clip into the video because I also forgot to say that, again, with all the sex stuff, that normally female witches at 16 should have slept with another witch, because apparently the blood that comes when the woman lose her virginity, again, like purity culture, like virginity means that your hymen is broken, not anything else, but the blood that she loses when her hymen is broken, if it's the, yeah, is like the more potent blood with the more power. So that's why normally at 16 female witches should sleep with another witch or another person. And because Grey is the first person that Willow has sex with, she bleeds, and so when you realize that, it goes between her legs and is like slurping the blood between her legs. And you're like, okay, so yeah, purity culture, like virginity and stuff like that. No, thank you. I really don't recommend this book. And that concludes the vlog. I'm not gonna consider it a failed vlog because I wanted to read my special editions, and that's what I did. But quality-wise, yeah, it's a bit of a fail. But I think I'm gonna do like a part 2 to try to redeem the quality of this one. So let's do a quick wrap-up of the 3 books or 2.5 books I've read. So, For She is Wrath by Emily Varga, I DNF'd. Or Infinite Fate by Laura Steven, I finished, but don't really recommend. Yeah. And The Coven by Harper, I don't recommend either. And it's quite a shame because when you see them like this, very pretty, very nice, but the interior doesn't match the exterior of the books. But that's life. I know I've put out quite a few negative videos back to back. Well, the last one and this one. But next week, the video is about romance, and I found 2 new favorites romances of the year. So I'm gonna talk about these, and it's gonna be much more positive. So yeah, that's the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!